Alrighty guys, welcome back. When I was down in Destin, Florida, up in Atlanta, Georgia for the Warning Mayday concerts, I was bombarded with, is Dad here? When is Dad gonna come back? You know, we miss seeing Dad. So by popular demand, I brought Dad back. Dad, thanks for being on again. It's been a long time. It's probably been what, year and a half?
Maybe.
Probably a year and a half.
Yeah. So it's been a long time, and so I got Dad to agree to do another album breakdown. This time, not for Queen of the Murder Scene, but for Error, the Warning's new album, or as everyone used to call it, TW3. And so today we are listening to Intro 404, which is their intro track to the entire album, and Disciple. Now, Dad hasn't heard any of these songs, so I was able to get a lyric list of these songs, and so I gave him the lyrics because, you know, Dad was a lyricist, or as some of you may know, Dad was a lyricist. Some of you who are new to the channel probably don't know that. But in our old Queen of the Murder Scene breakdown, he would always break down the lyrics of it, what the words mean, line patterns, all this other crazy stuff. And it would go on for like 30 minutes. So today we're not going to go on for like 30 minutes.
I'm gonna do that.
No, we're not. But we are going to listen to Intro 404 and Disciple. So first off, we're going to get into Intro 404. Dad, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so it's giving us the binary and then all the song titles. Let's listen to this track. Okay, so short, sweet, simple, and to the point. Now, I have heard these songs before, Dad has not. And so what I got out of that was it has hints of multiple of the songs in it. So, Dad, you haven't heard any of these. So,
No, but I got a question.
what's up?
As I was just looking at that, would you believe I picked up a pattern? Which is
Okay.
which I'm not a code guy.
Yeah.
Okay. But and you know, as they had the names of the songs,
Yeah.
okay, if you notice, on at least on most of them, there was the same amount of lines of code as the name of the song.
Okay.
So if it was error, it was like 5 lines of code. And then it would
Okay.
say air.
Okay.
When you get down where it says 23, 2 lines of code.
Okay, so they probably had it broken down by each letter was in its own line of code.
That, yeah,
Okay.
which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
If that in fact is true,
I don't
you know,
know.
it's pretty
I don't break
cool.
down binary,
But-
but yeah, that would be cool.
well, I don't know what the codes mean either.
Yeah.
But you know,
Well, I mean,
but I just
the
noticed it was the same amount of lines, and then it was the same amount of letters in the word.
Yeah. And so I do know that
It's kind of neat.
on that video, the code per se, when it has the title after that, that's what the code meant.
Oh, okay.
Because they had a video before this where it was when they were releasing it out for the first time, it was decode these to figure out what the song tracks are. And so all they put up was the code, and it was an audience, pretty much an audience game, and it was once you decode this, you'll get the soundtrack, or you'll get the track list.
Okay.
And so with
this one that we just watched, that's their answer to the one they had out prior. This was the one saying, okay, cool, you've decoded all these on your own. Here's what they actually are if you got them wrong, or we're going to release them to the public, to the people who didn't break it down. Here's the track list.
Like me.
yeah.
All right.
So, yep.
All right.
And I did hear towards the end of that, there did sound like a siren or something in there.
Did you not hear? Did you hear? I heard the same kind of thing. It sounded like it was on, maybe on guitar or something. But,
possibly, yeah.
But it sounded like a siren.
Yeah.
Warning.
Yeah. So like I said in the beginning of So like I said in the beginning of this, I've heard these songs before, but I'd never actually listened to. So this isn't a reaction from me. It's my thoughts and opinions for me, but this is a reaction for Dad. But I had never heard. I had never really listened into the 404 intro before. I had never really listened into it, rather.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. All right. So now on to Disciple. Alrighty, guys, so we're about to get into Disciple. This is their first track on the list, again, and this was also on Mayday. This was on Mayday. They did this all through their Mayday tour, and so, yeah. Do you just want to get into it?
Sure, why not?
Sweet. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. So already starting off with a great bass line.
The sun is your enemy today. Have you heard the news that the world isn't ending? It's starting again, but all the non-believers, they keep on pretending. Sun is your enemy today.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, they don't disappoint, do they?
No. And one thing that I don't think you remember or that you realized was that when we did that Halloween video way back when,
Yeah.
that was the video that I was playing.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that I didn't remember.
Yeah, in the posted video, it has like the first like 5 or 6 seconds of Ali's bass line in there.
You know, what I appreciated is hearing Pow sing.
Yeah.
Okay, because I mean, I'm so used to Danny singing and doing her thing, and I'm used to Powell acting like a beast on the drums, and
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I'm not used to hearing her sing, and that was cool. She's got a great voice.
Oh yeah, she does. And in that, they recorded these back in 2020. So she was probably 18 at the time when they recorded those. Because they recorded all of, if I'm correct, they recorded all of Mayday and Error back in 2020, back in New Jersey. And then they released Mayday first. They did release Mayday first. And then they released Error just a couple of days ago.
Okay.
So they recorded this all at the same time. So this was, yeah, she was 18, I believe, 18 or 19 when that was happening.
Well, I will tell you that I think that, well, when I was, when you were, asking me to do, to help do this.
Yeah.
And a little bit of, I haven't seen the songs. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't heard the songs. I've seen the lyrics that you sent me like yesterday.
Right.
Yeah. But, I went in and listened to a little short interview that they did, I guess, for the Mayday tour. And they had mentioned that it was definitely, stuff that, it was teenage years, teenage situations, teenage opinions, Gen Z.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And what it reminded me of when I was hearing them singing and going through the lyrics, what it reminded me of is when I was back in management many years ago. And I had all these up and comers on my team. And they would say stuff that I thought was absolutely crazy, stupid. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where the heck are you coming from?
You're dealing with a bunch of Gen Xers versus baby boomers. Yeah.
Well, yeah, for me, it wasn't Gen Zs, it was Gen Xs. Okay.
Right,
Just like what you said. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Versus boomers. Absolutely. And so I'm reading these lyrics and I'm going, holy crap, this is exactly what I was dealing with.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to figure out how to get these guys on board. Okay. Doing things boomer way.
Yeah.
Okay. And it wasn't ever going to happen. Okay. And it was the whole thing that the world was,
My camera died, so now y'all are going to be on my phone. It won't be like this for the rest of them. I promise. It won't be like this.
Yeah, we'll fix it, huh?
Yeah. We'll definitely fix this.
But it wasn't. Back then it was like the world's run by boomers, whose ideas are always right because we've been around longer, we've experienced more. All that we just know.
You
Still think that way, but yeah, okay.
Well, that's what the song said. That's exactly what the song said, because Gen Zs are not followers. Okay. They are not, they are, where where the boomers like stay on a job for like 8 years or 10 years.
Yeah.
Average, I think, for Gen Z is like 2.5.
That sounds about right.
Because they're always moving.
Yeah.
Okay. They're doing their thing. So as I'm going through this and I'm hearing Gen Z talk, then I'm hearing something about the establishment. Then I'm hearing Gen Z, then the establishment, then Gen Z. And it was like this back and forth.
I've also heard a lot of people say that it's a Rage Against the Machine and Rage Against the Man. And so, like, it kind of gave me like 21st Century Vibe feels, where they were saying, here's also how the industry is doing this and industrialization. It's staring at our phones and our screens.
Well, you could look, and I can see where they would get that, especially when your eyes will bleed as you stare at the screen.
Yeah.
Okay. But you could also, as I was relating to this, okay, from a boomer standpoint, okay, there's a line in there that says, let's share it with them and show all the world that this life isn't borrowed time.
Yeah.
Okay. Which struck me because, do you know what borrowed time is? What the definition of borrowed time is?
No.
Okay. It's an uncertain and usually uncontrolled postponement of something that's inevitable.
Okay.
Meaning change is going to happen.
Yeah.
Whether I like it or not.
Yeah.
Change is going to happen. Okay. And, your eyes will bleed as you stare at the screen. What do I do when I'm sitting in front of the screen watching the news?
Yeah.
You've seen me do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my eyes are bleeding at the changes that I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's something I'm not used to.
Right.
Okay. And, kill the system, kill the man. To me, whether you're talking about somebody specific or you're talking about the establishment, okay, the established way that it is.
Yeah.
Okay. And here you've got the next group coming up. They're my future. Okay. And I got to get used to that fact. Because I plan on being around for a while. So the Gen Zers are going to be are going to be doing their thing, whether I like it or not.
You're planning on outliving grandma?
Yeah. The Gen Zers are going to be in their mid 30s when I'm 80.
So Gen Z, official Gen Z, is from 98 to 2014, I think, is all considered.
12 or 14 or something like that.
Yeah, is all considered Gen Z.
Okay.
So for me being born in 2001 and you're 64, by the time you're 84, I'll be
40.
Yeah, I'll be 40.
Okay.
So the older part of Gen Z will probably be in their low to mid 40s when you're in your 80s.
At 40s, you've got 30s, and those are the people I'm going to hear about on the news.
Yeah, it's all going to be Gen Z.
You know what I'm talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how I look. That's how I look at this. I mean, you love to look away from the face of your vices, meaning, yeah, we've screwed all this stuff up, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to embrace them instead. We're going to give you an excuse as to why they're okay. And welcome yourself into the new modern crisis. Well, guess what? Here comes Gen Z.
Yeah.
you know? And it's not a crisis for them, except they're frustrated that we're not listening to them.
I mean, Gen Z's scary, man. I'll tell you that right off the bat. Gen Z's freaking scary.
They more scary than Gen X was?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And Gen Alpha is no better.
But you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I was looking at this.
Yeah.
That's how I was hearing it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, I'm living this. I'm living it all over again. So interesting. I know all these people who are watching this are going, oh my God, Dad, you're a year behind here. But I'm catching up. But thank you. But thank you, ladies, for putting it on the new album, so it gives me a chance to catch up.
And thank you everybody who's watching, who begged and begged and begged and begged and begged me at all the concerts to get him to do this again.
So
sorry guys.
yeah.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, right.
So.
But alrighty, thank you
Okay.
guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new here, consider subscribing. If you're a returner and you haven't yet subscribed yet, consider subscribing. We've got a lot more coming out. We're going to be doing the rest of the album. It's definitely going to be interesting. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the 14 weeks again, but doing once a week and making y'all look forward to it, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, just make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything that's to come, and we will see you all in the next video. Peace out, guys.